This video features the guitar and bass parts that are present during the verses of the song. The tuning used in this video and on the record is E-flat and 440 wavelength calibration. If you are unsure how to tune E-flat, please watch the video on this channel, E-flat tuning and enharmonic notes for guitar and bass by Marc Wilson, and then return. Once the vocals enter the song during the verses, the guitar is going to work off of an open A5 power chord. You'll play it using steady 8th note timing with all downstrokes and a slight palm mute. For those that don't know what a palm mute is, you take the side of your hand right here and you rest it right where the strings meet the saddle pieces on the bridge of your guitar, and you're touching the strings just enough to deaden them a little. You want to give them a chucking sound, kind of like this. You don't want to let them ring out freely like this. You hear the difference? That'll be played, like I said, with steady 8th note timing, and it's going to be counted just like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. From that point, you'll go back into the main rhythm that you did during the intro of the song and play it twice, just like this. Then it goes back to the open A5 power chord for another measure in 7/8, just like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Then you go back to the main rhythm, play that 2 more passes. It actually goes through this process 4 times. Now on the 4th time, you're not going to make 2 passes of the main rhythm, you're only going to make 1 pass, where you're going to stop on the A5 on the and beat, the last beat of the measure. It'll be like this. Okay, I'll do that one more time. 1, 2, 3, and. Notice I picked it up. To reflect it came on an upbeat or an and beat. So I'll give you a 4 count lead in and play this entire process 1 time so you can see what I mean. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Once the music reaches the break, the instruments will pause for 1 full measure plus 1/4 of a measure. When the guitar comes back in, it'll do so on an open D5 power chord on the 2 and 3 beats of the next measure. These will be 1/4 note downstrokes, just like this. Counted 2, 3, 2, 3, just like that. The guitar will rest for another 3/4 of a measure before entering on the same D5 power chord on 3 and. Pick down and up, just like this. 3 and. And from that point, it will play 4 and on ghost notes, just like this. 4 and. For those that don't know what ghost notes are, I just rested my finger on the strings and picked it to produce a clicking type noise. There's really no definitive musical note to it. That will be counted like this. 3 and 4 and. Just like that. And what we'll do from that point is you'll play the open A5 power chord down on 1, then the C5 power chord down on 2, the D5 power chord down on 3, just like this. 1, 2, 3. Then you'll go back into the main rhythm. Okay, so this is what we got once we get to the break. I'll give you this process 1 time. Okay, I'll play the measure before it. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And 1, 2, 3. Just like that. At exactly 2 minutes and 41 seconds, there's going to be an additional break in the music. It's done slightly different than the ones that we've already done. It's going to end on the 3 beat with a D5 power chord. You're going to be working off of the main rhythm that you've been playing during the chorus of the song. It'll go like this. You're going to break for half a measure, then you're going to re-enter on 2 and 3 with the open D5 the same way that we did in the last segment. Just like this. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4. It goes back into the main rhythm. Just like that. Once the song progresses into the verses, the bass is going to continue driving the open A string with alternate picking and steady 8th note timing for 15 full measures without making any changes. It's going to break on the final upbeat of the 15th measure at the same point where the guitar breaks. The same measure and 1/4 rest will apply. The bass will accent with the open D5 power chord on the guitar by accenting on the D note located at the 5th fret of the A string on the same 2-3 beats as the guitar, picked downwards, just like this. 2-3, 2-3. Then it will rest for another 3/4 of a measure, and it will re-enter on 3 by playing 2 8th notes, picked downwards and upwards, 3 and, then 2 ghost notes on 4 and, picked down and up. Just like that, you'll have 3 and 4 and. After that point, it will continue driving the open A string with steady alternate picking and 8th note timing right up until doubling the guitar fill that cues the vocals to re-enter. What I'll do is I'll play the measure before the break to walk you through that whole process one time. Here's a 4-count lead in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 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 3 and 4 and. And lastly, on the break at 2 minutes and 41 seconds, the guitar breaks on the D5 power chord on the 3 beat. The bass will also break there, but instead of playing a D note, it will accent on the open A note. Now this works because A is actually the 5th note of a D major. So just because the guitar stops or accents on a D doesn't mean the bass does too. That's why this works.